What's up, everybody? It's the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and I'm gonna do a quick video before my wife starts to work. But yo, as an Xbox fan, as an Xbot, whatever, Best Spot, I'm going to admit something. BG, I think this was part of one of BG's videos. I don't think I watched the whole video, but this clip, it's funny that this clip came across my timeline. Shout out to BG, obviously, Weapon Will. He said something, right? And a lot of times BG will say something, and I personally disagree or may not like it, but half the time he's actually correct. And what he says in this clip, I resonate with a lot because I had to stop and think about it. And I'm like, I think this is exactly how I feel about the current Xbox situation. So if you guys know, the Xbox camp has been in disarray as far as like fan base side. We got this showcase coming up. It's going to be great as far as game wise, but everybody's going to be like, pressed because these games are, Xbox is, doing their multiplat thing, kind of being, OPP right now, or everybody's EPP, everybody's EBP right now. And they're kind of really throwing a wrench into this whole console war thing. It's not fun. It is actually hurting their sales. And now with everything, any major game that they release, is a question: is it going to PlayStation? Is it going to PlayStation? And if you know the sentiment, a lot of people found different ways to cope. Me personally, I kind of just came into this I don't give a F, like I don't care mentality, and it's like whatever. It is what it is. That's where I'm at. Others are trying to buy into the new strategy of why it's a good thing. The console is failing, so they want you to think that there's a camp that says console gaming is failing, and they still want to try to lead on that what Xbox is doing is good to make themselves feel good about it. And others are like, well, the industry is dying, or PlayStation's doing the same thing, and that's another way to sort of uplift the situation. But truth of the matter is, in my opinion, I don't believe any of those sentiments. I think Xbox doesn't know how to, don't have a good read on console gaming. They're not very good at consumer product and speaking to the consumer and doing things that's best for the consumer and branding. They're not the zeitgeist people. They're not big on that. They'll have like good products like the Surface, the Xbox. I think is a wonderful gaming console and whatnot. It's my favorite. It's been my favorite brand to game on, favorite platform to game on for the better half of 20 years. But they never, like, PlayStation know how to capture that popularity, the what it means to be exclusive, all that other stuff to make you feel like you're missing out. The capturing FOMO and knowing how to sell the product. Xbox doesn't know how to do that. But BG, this clip, dude, it's probably the truest clip, only because I think I've had this mentality. But let's listen to it.
Essentially, they said, hey, we are over here miserable and we are fucked. And we don't want to be here alone. We want your platform to make the same mistake that ours did. We want y'all to follow suit so y'all can be in the same exact position to their detriment. That's really what it is. That's all it is. It's not because it'll benefit them as a gamer. No, it'll just make them feel better. It'll just help them sleep at night knowing that, hey, PlayStation made the same mistake and the same bad decisions my preferred platform did. So now I don't feel so bad. Essentially, they said
that is absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. I mean, some people may not want to admit it. And the reason why I said this is correct because when Xbox was doing this, so like, hey, we're gonna put some games on their platforms. They want to launch Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, and Grounded on PlayStation and Nintendo. And now we're hearing about like they have an opportunity to make Doom exclusive. They will not because who knows, they're punks. And they're trying to put games everywhere, and they were the first to dive deep into PC and put games on PC like day and date and continue that. And now it's just kind of synonymous. It just happens. It's like Xbox doesn't release a game that unless only third party will. If a third party ain't releasing on PC, it'll come back. That's the only time you'll get a de facto exclusive. But Xbox, when they release a game, it's coming to Xbox and PC, and the thing is, and that was a little rough to accept, but it's normal now. And now it looks like this whole PlayStation thing, them launching games on PlayStation and Nintendo, is heading in that same direction. Now, this is the reason why I say what BG said is correct, because I said I personally, it doesn't feel right what Xbox is doing, and it doesn't feel correct, and it's not going to go over very well unless PlayStation decides it wants to launch some games on Xbox and Nintendo. Maybe PlayStation give us Spider-Man. I mean, I don't count baseball because a PlayStation studio makes it, but MLB owns that, rights. PlayStation just has like licensing rights, and MLB said, hey, we need this multi-platform, and PlayStation either lose a license or make it multi-platform. They made it multi-platform. Why not? So like I said, it will only feel appropriate if PlayStation does, and that's literally me it's not me saying being happy with the idea. I feel like it will hurt less if PlayStation does it too. You know what I mean? It was like that's only reason, because that's why else. I'm on camera, on I think even on X, on videos and podcasts, I said this only works if PlayStation does it as well. They need to do it as well, because otherwise it's suicide. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's brand suicide to do that. And a lot of, and what you see on the internet, what you've seen on X, is people saying, oh, PlayStation is copying Xbox, and PlayStation's doing the same thing. They're just doing it slower. Nah, what PlayStation is doing is different. They saw what Xbox did. They know how it impacted the brand. They have this information. They have the data. They have real-time data, right? So they're doing it. It's like, okay, this is how we can do it better. We can still find, the thing is, when PlayStation releases games, right? All the PlayStation fanboys and fans, whatever, they'll buy their games. They'll sell whatever until they can't sell no more. Then PlayStation successfully relaunches the game on PC. Matter of fact, PlayStation typically relaunches the game on PlayStation again before it relaunches on PC as a remaster, just so it can capture even more sales. You got PlayStation customers owning the same game multiple times, and then they'll buy it again on PC, and then they'll get a new resurgence of sales and whatnot. So that's how they did. They know, chances are it's less likely the PC, somebody that's playing on PC is going to move over to PlayStation. They will wait for the game, and how PlayStation protects, kind of counteract that person for not buying a PlayStation. They make sure they buy the game at some point, right? And so PlayStation have the cycle where the games eventually go down, and then just in the nick of time, at the right time, they release it on PC, goes back up, and it gets like a second win. Xbox doesn't do that. When Xbox sales go down, it goes down because there's no second life. Now the second life they got to rely on is putting it on PlayStation and Nintendo. What Xbox is doing and what PlayStation is doing are completely different. They're not the same. PlayStation, again, has the better approach because it protects their brand. There's still a reason to buy a PlayStation. There's no question. It's just a matter of fact, it's just timing. If you, for FOMO reasons, you buy a PlayStation now. You want that, I want it now, you buy a PlayStation. And they're not threatening the viability of PlayStation. What Xbox is doing is threatening the viability of Xbox. The thing is that you release a game, like the thing is that if you go over from Xbox to PC, I mean, you really don't need to go back to Xbox. There's a few reasons to go back to Xbox. You either just like consoles, or you like dipping into the backwards compatibility. Me personally, I prefer obviously consoles to backwards compatibility, and I think they make wonderful consoles. But this sentiment, BG, don't get mad at BG if you see this clip running around. This is true. Some of us will admit it. I'll admit it. I've seen this notation. This is not something that we actually, want. But again, it will make us feel a lot better if PlayStation did some of these same moves. That's why, like seeing Concord and all this other stuff, it's like, PlayStation did the same thing. But no, they have a better strategy. Games that need players, you release on PC at the same time, and you have the Helldivers effect. But if you want to sell a PlayStation 5 console, they're going to release a massive exclusive and, let PlayStation's fans buy it. And then within a year to 18 months, you put it on PC, have a resurgence, and then and you resell the game. And that's a masterful plan. I'm not sure why Xbox hasn't thought of that. And Xbox is just kind of, it's not the same. There's two different business models. I agree with PlayStation business model. I'm just happen to be an Xbox fan. So if I was a PlayStation fan, it'd be easy to rag on Xbox fans. But I'm an Xbox fan, but I prefer the PlayStation model. I won't change where I play games because how they make their businesses. Right now, the games that are coming out now that this year, Xbox got all the games I really want to play right now. The PlayStation Showcase just came out. Shit's trash. You know, Concord looks decent, but it's not. It's something I'm willing to try. It ain't something I'm willing to like. I can't wait. You know what I mean? So Astro looks good. Definitely will buy that. But overall, I mean, it's not really good over. Even the games that released on PlayStation this year, I wasn't interested in any of them. Outside Stellar Blade, I'm waiting for a sale. Rise of the Ronin, I already played a version of a game like that. It's called Wolong, which is better than Rise of the Ronin. But yeah. PlayStation business model, much better. Xbox got better games, but the thing is that you can't even hold on to that because those games likely will find their way on PlayStation, whether day and date or within the next 6 to 12 months, the way Xbox is moving. And that's the sad part because the competition isn't really where it needs to be. Xbox needs to be a place, an option, or a viable, realistic option. They finally got the games at a cadence, and they're pretty much not utilizing it correctly, and they're not utilizing it to their benefit. And Xbox, the brand, Xbox, the console, is suffering from it. Short-term games for long-term damage, and that's the sad part. But I'm looking forward to the Xbox Game Showcase. I hope it's great. I know it's going to be great. I'm going to be excited either way, and I'll still play those games primarily on Xbox, some on PC, depending on how they treat these games. But majority, I'm playing these games on Xbox. I'm not going to turn on the PlayStation to play games available on my Xbox, but that's why it doesn't feel the same. That's why this going into the showcase, the hype isn't there. If that business update, if Xbox importing games to PlayStation, we were just going into this just as we went into 2023, the hype level for the showcase would be through the roof. And that's all I got to say, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Shout out to BG. See you guys on Weapon Wheel. Peace.